Hi friends, I'm going to continue the subject electromagnetic theory. I'm Nageshwari, Assistant Professor, Department of Triply. With the continuation of Unit 1, Electrostatics 1, we will move on to the next topic. Already I discussed the detailed syllabus of Unit 1, that is Electrostatics 1. In my previous videos, I discussed about the sources and effects of electromagnetic waves, and also I started coordinate systems, and I discussed Cartesian coordinate system and cylindrical coordinate system. Now in this video, I am going to teach you about spherical coordinate system. To start with the beginning, what is meant by coordinate system? I already discussed about this in detail. Just quickly recap, a coordinate system is a method for identifying the location of a point on the earth. There are different types of coordinate systems. The first coordinate is Cartesian coordinate system, second one is cylindrical coordinate system, and now in this video I'm going to tell you about the spherical coordinate system. Now, what is spherical coordinate system? It's very simple. Spherical coordinate system is nothing but if you want to find out the any point in the spherical shape, so we can find out by identifying the coordinates and you can solve the problem. So let me start about the diagram of the spherical coordinate system. So for spherical coordinate system also, we are considering the XYZ axis as a reference. Imagine a sphere. So let us imagine this is a cone like structure, a spherical like a sphere like structure. Imagine a sphere of radius r with center at origin. So if you see this figure, so from the center at origin O to that point, mark it as X. So the distance between this origin and that point, mark it as X, is a radius. Any point on the sphere is at the same distance r from the origin. Yes, of course, right? Okay. So any point, so if you mark anywhere in the sphere of radius r is same only. So therefore, a spherical surface is defined as r is equal to constant surface. Now consider a line from origin making an angle theta. That means you mark an angle from the radius r to the point z axis. It makes an angle theta. Now if you see, it is like a cone like structure, a v shape. It is like a cone like structure. So rotate this line about z axis, fixing the end of the origin. So if you fix one end is as a origin, and if you mark x any point, okay, towards this z, then it becomes like a conical shape. So this forms a cone with angle theta. So therefore this conical surface is defined as a theta. We can say it is a theta. So therefore the second coordinate is nothing but a cone having the z axis as its axis and vertex at origin. So that is about the second coordinate. And now come about the third origin, that is third coordinate system. Third coordinates of a spherical coordinate system is similar to that of the cylindrical coordinate system. As I mentioned in the cylindrical coordinate system, phi, about phi. Okay, so phi is nothing but it is a angle of rotation along the xz plane. So that means, so imagine if I is a constant plane similar to a cylindrical system. A horizontal circle with center on z axis intersects phi is equal to constant plane. So the intersection is a point here. So therefore a constant phi plane which is perpendicular to the xy plane and displaced by phi angle from x axis. So therefore this phi is a angle of rotation. That is about the third coordinates. So therefore the three coordinates of a spherical coordinate system is r, theta and phi. Okay. So this is about the coordinates of a spherical coordinate system. So here r is a constant, theta is also a constant, and phi is also a constant surface intersects at a point. So therefore, we can further discuss about the ranges also. So, therefore, the radius r is varies from 0 to infinity because it is a radius. So, next one is theta. So, theta varies from 0 to 180 degrees. That means 0 to pi. Whereas phi varies about 360 degrees. So, therefore, theta varies from 0 to 2 pi. So, that's all about the coordinates and as well as the ranges for the spherical coordinate system. Now, in this slide, I'm going to tell you about the unit vectors representation. So, as I mentioned in the previous slide, so r is nothing but the radius of sphere and theta makes an angle made by r and phi is the angle made by rho. So, the coordinates are r, theta and phi. Now, let me see the diagram in detail. So, therefore, the point from the origin to the point, the distance between the origin from the point is r. So, along that point, the unit vector is ar vector. Now, so take a point and to from the z axis to the point makes an angle theta like a cone like structure cone shape. So that angle is nothing but the theta. So along that angle, so the unit vector is nothing but the a theta. Now the third coordinate is nothing but the phi, that is this one phi along the xy plane. So therefore it makes an unit vector is a phi vector. So therefore here always a r vector and a theta vector is perpendicular to each other. So therefore three unit vectors are AR vector, A theta vector and A phi vector. Now in this slide, so let me project the one particular portion and let me discuss about the different sides of the coordinate system. It is very simple to understand by using this diagram. Now, you see here the shaded portion. So, in this shaded portion consists of the points A, B, C, D like that, right? Okay, now we will discuss about one by one sides. So, let us consider the side AB. So, this side AB is nothing but it is a radius side. That means, so from the origin O, you uh, put a dotted line towards that point, okay, and it is nothing but the radius r. So therefore this side AB is nothing but the dr side, that is along the radius side. So therefore this side AB is nothing but the dr side. So therefore in this side we can say r changes whereas theta and phi is a constant. That is about the first side. Now, if you consider the second side. Now, what is second side? So, second side is nothing but the BC side. That means you put a dotted line from the origin to the point P and also from the origin to the point C, and it makes an incremental angle of d theta, right? Okay, it makes an incremental angle of d theta along with the length of arc, that is r, right? Okay, so therefore the side BC represents r into d theta. Okay, so why? Because so this is a conical like shape, that is d theta along with the length of radius, that is r. So therefore the side BC is nothing but okay, r into d theta. Okay, so this is about the second side. So in the second side, theta will changing here, right? Okay, so theta is changing here, whereas r and phi is a constant one. Now, if you take the third side, okay, so third side is nothing but this ct. Now put a dotted line as mentioned in the diagram to the downward side, that is to the xy plane side. Okay, and now take a, or from the origin put a dotted line to the projected downwards. Okay, and it makes an angle d phi. So therefore we can say this side is nothing but the rho into d phi. Okay, so now as of now you just keep it in mind, the third side is rho into d phi. Actually this rho will be replaced. Now how the rho will be replaced, that I will discuss in the next side. Okay, as of now you just keep it in mind that the third side is rho into d phi in the phi, along the phi direction. Okay, so we will put together all these three sides. We will once again recollect all the three sides. The first slide is nothing but the dr, second side is nothing but the r into d theta, the third side is nothing but the rho into d phi. The third side is temporary, as of now it is rho into d phi. Okay, now so if you next one we are going definitely the next one we should discuss about differential elements only, right? Okay, so the differential elements, so how we can find the differential length? So we have to draw the a line between p and q, and we have to find out the distance between the p and q, and we can find out differential length, right? Okay, so that is the meaning of this diagram. Now in this slide I'm going to explain about the differential elements. So first we are going to see the differential length. So as I mentioned already, differential length is nothing but the combination of, that is addition of all the three sides, right? Okay, I told you in my previous slide the three sides of spherical coordinate system are dr, r d theta and rho into d phi. Now, if you notice this second line and third line, this rho is now replaced by r sine theta, right? Okay, actually, the third side is nothing but the r sine theta d phi only. So now, how it changes? So the changes clearly explains in this diagram. Okay, so in this diagram, it clearly shows that rho is equal to r sine theta. Now, how it comes? Okay, so now it is very simple concept only. The from the point origin, from origin, so you mark a, from the origin to point p the distance is r. Okay, and from that r to the z axis the angle between these two is a theta. Now, from the point P, you make a 90 degrees line, to put a 90 degrees line to the z axis, and you mention it as a rho. Mention it as a rho. So why? Because why that is rho is nothing but, see, in the downward side. Okay, so if you see in between the xy plane, okay, so you have the rho. So the same this row is similar to the upward side of the point P and Z. So that is that side is nothing but the row side only. Okay. Now so this theta is opposite to that of the that PZ side, right? Okay. So therefore opposite means it is a sine theta only. So therefore rho is equal to r sine theta. Now this rho becomes r sine theta. Clearly it shows that this diagram shows that rho can be replaced by r sine theta. So that is the concept. So therefore the three sides of a coordinate system are now dr, r d theta, r sine theta d phi. That's it. Okay. So now what is differential length? Differential length is nothing but dl is equal to dr into ar vector plus r d theta into a theta vector plus r sine theta d phi into a phi vector. That is about the differential length. Now, in this slide, we are going to discuss about the differential surface. So, differential surface is very simple, because we already discussed how to find out the differential surface in the previous coordinate system. So, this spherical coordinate systems is very simple to understand. So, what is differential surface is nothing but differential area only. Okay, so here you are having three directions along the AR, along the A theta and along the A phi. So therefore you can say, for each and every direction you have a differential surface formula. Now first we will consider the first diagram, bottom side of the first diagram. It is nothing but the AR vector. So AR vector is perpendicular to the two directions, that is r d theta, and the second direction, first side is r d theta and the second side is nothing but the r sin theta d phi. Actually, this is rho d phi. That rho is replaced by r sin theta. So, therefore, we can remember third side is r sin theta d phi only, not rho d phi. Okay. So, therefore, this AR vector is perpendicular to the two sides. So, therefore, we can say ds is equal to r sin theta d phi r d theta into AR vector. Now the second formula is along the A theta vector. So therefore this A theta is perpendicular to the two directions. One is dr and second one is the r sin theta d phi. So therefore ds is equal to r sin theta d phi dr into A theta vector. Now the third one. The third one is along the A phi vector. So therefore this A phi vector is perpendicular to the dr and the r d theta. So therefore the third surface formula is given by ds is equal to r dr d theta into A phi vector. That is about the differential surface. Now, the next one is differential volume. So, as I told you already, differential volume is nothing but the combination of all the three sides, so the multiplication of all the three sides. So, therefore, we know about three sides very well. The three sides are dr, r d theta, r sin theta, d phi. So, therefore, if you multiply all the three, then it gives the differential volume. Yes. Now, so let me conclude all the three different coordinate system in this slide. So it is better to conclude all the three different coordinate system, then it will be remembered for all of us. Now let me quickly recap of Cartesian and also cylindrical. So Cartesian. So yes, first coordinates. So coordinates are x, y, z. What is different sides of a Cartesian? Dx, dy, and dz. So therefore differential length is nothing but dl is equal to dx into ax vector, dy into ay vector, dz into az vector. Now differential surface. Differential surface are having three formulas in terms of ax, ay and az, and also differential volume. That is about the Cartesian. Now comes the cylindrical. So cylindrical, the coordinates are rho, phi and z. And what are the three sides? The three sides is nothing but d rho, rho d phi and dz. So we can write differential surface formula and also differential volume formula. Now here in spherical coordinate system, the coordinates are r, theta and phi. What are the three sides? The three sides is nothing but dr, r d theta, r sin theta, d phi. Then we can write differential surface formula and as well as the differential volume formula. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you very much.